Welcome to this powerful update from the Shepherd's Heart and Hands. Get ready to hear some powerful testimonies, as well as plans for the upcoming year. Happy New Year's, everyone. Now that we are in this very first month of the new year, we can tell you that this winter is not like any other. But before we talk about the weather and the current crisis, let's review a few things that just took place at the annual Christmas for the Homeless event.
Happy New Year's, everyone. Talk about a powerful event. We knew that the Shepherd's Heart and Hands would have more people showing up, but this was such a wonderful event for so many reasons. People came from all over the state to be a part of this wonderful opportunity, to be an encouragement to so many who are in need. Right away, you can tell Joseph wanted to address the hardships and what people was feeling with his opening welcome.
Christmas for the homeless was changed to Muncie's Christmas Festival, and for a wonderful reason. The homeless was not the only ones to be ministered to. This year's event, including folks who requested food boxes, which meant people who are struggling within a home, was welcomed as well. Families came from all over to be able to be a part of this huge event. There was also a special focus on children, and boy was that something to see. I mean, kids came in and was able to be a part of the event.
The children had a wonderful time, as the volunteers loved on these beautiful souls who were too young to understand what was happening, but loved receiving the Christmas stockings, fully loaded with toys, treats, and practical items, like gloves and hats. The stockings were handmade, and so were the blankets. In the main sanctuary, there was fully loaded backpacks and bags filled with much love and attention to detail. 4 bicycles was given at no cost.
That's right, children was given so much attention, as Joseph knew that so many of those struggling with keeping food on the table would also struggle to provide any kind of Christmas celebration. And Joseph hit the nail head-on. From Christmas stockings to brand new bikes for tots, it was something extra for the event to provide toys, bicycles, warm clothing, blankets, and a wonderful Christmas atmosphere. It was amazing. Plus, they were able to have baby seats for the kids to enjoy the meal.
The whole community was shocked in wonderful ways, as everyone's needs was the focus. Imagine the homeless who needed resources like a job list for folks dealing with bad backgrounds, or those who have had an eviction in the past few years. The single mothers was a big focus point who are trying to care for their little ones. Also those who are just hungry and wanted to enjoy a full Christmas dinner.
We were grateful to all who cooked the Christmas hams and turkeys, as approximately about 400 came to eat and enjoy mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, green beans, and other wonderful sides. But let's not forget the floating cart of desserts, from Wix pies to homemade breads, cookies, cupcakes, and plenty more. Volunteers took the desserts to the tables, and everyone enjoyed picking out their desserts without having to leave the table. This was done for a reason, as everyone must know they are loved.
You may wonder, how does all this help the community? First of all, we must realize that it's hard enough to make ends meet when you are struggling. But many don't realize that during the holidays, depression is higher. A will to live is part of the reason this act of love is vital. Encouragement is one ingredient. Letting folks who are down on their luck saves lives. The Shepherd's Heart founder has been in the field since 1991, connecting the people with help.
All this is being done without corporate or state funding. But what many are really in the dark about is the vision and mission of this grassroots charity.
Why is Joseph here? This is a question that has caused many to wonder about motives. Well, after hearing Joseph explain about cities like Orlando, Florida, Southern California, and others who also struggle with homelessness, Joseph did not just wake up one day wanting to help the homeless. Joseph has a story that has shown many that from a child God had plans for Joseph. But even Joseph will tell you his walk has not been perfect, and that he knows firsthand what mistakes in judgment can cost.
Joseph's story will help many understand that everything that the Shepherd's Heart and Hands Public Charity is doing is part of a much bigger goal and mission that people will speak about for years once they understand that Joseph does not want to see helps that put bandages on problems, but changes the trending rates of those struggling in America. Everyone in Muncie may look at Joseph as some new charity, but they would be missing what is important. Joseph has been in the field since 1991.
So true, Lisa. When Joseph first started in the nonprofit world and community outreaches was way back after graduating from the Teen Challenge program himself in 1991 in Tucson, Arizona. And right there is Tucson. The journey of ministering to the homeless started as God gave Joseph favor with Teen Challenge Men's Center to work as a staff member. But before graduation, inner city harvesters recruited Joseph to help with their community outreach program to minister to the children in low-income housing. The children's outreach put Joseph to learning what mobile outreaches can look like, as the inner city harvesters had placed Joseph to minister to over 300 children weekly with their Flintstone Kids mobile ministry. 6 inner city apartment locations would be ministered to each week with a portable sidewalk Sunday school, modeling the founder Bill Wilson of Metro Kids. the #1 children's outreach in the nation. And get this, Joseph, while working in Teen Challenge, was at a camp meeting where Bill Wilson was the guest speaker. And Joseph was so touched by one phrase that to this day quotes as if it was his own. Mr. Wilson stated, "One man with the fire of God can do more than 1,000 ministers." Talk about a powerful statement. And as we can see, Joseph has taken it to heart wherever he serves.
So all this is great to know, but what is Joseph focusing on today? Sounds like Joseph has been around a lot of nonprofits, outreaches, and ministries.
So true, Joseph has seen so much and will often talk about all great nonprofits and causes and what they do. But Joseph has seen something that means so much more, and says that is more important.
Yes, he has. Looking at people who attend the many types of helps, Joseph often will ask, "What is your success rate?" Or "How many people come through once and never need your services again?" The truths that Joseph discovered that the definition of success varies from place to place. And almost no one will talk about how many will not come back as the result of going through their service, how many do not relapse after attending their recovery program. Shocking is what Joseph will tell anyone.
It is pretty shocking when you look at the challenges our country is facing, as more and more people are fighting to survive the many challenges. Joseph is going to release his vision and mission of 10 years to everyone soon. But Joseph is also aware that many inner cities are struggling throughout America, as he has been keeping tabs on the problems regarding life-controlling problems nationwide. And this problems is much more than substance abuse.
Yes, we can tell you that many ministries, charities, and agencies have wonderful helps, but the bottom line is, do we end the cycle? Joseph will ask people nationwide about their homeless ministry, and the #1 answer he receives is yes, they have a homeless ministry, and after a moment Joseph says, "You have a feeding ministry." If all you are doing is feeding, then they will get their stomach filled, but will need more food, more drinks, more help daily, as food alone will not solve the cycle.
Think about that. Billions of dollars invested in the nonprofits. And then think about this. Does the problem get solved? Or is it just a temporary solution that is really not a fix at all? Look at our town here in Muncie. We all see the constant cries for help, for food, for blankets, for utilities assistance. Do you hear what we are saying? Think about it. You give someone food today, they will need food again and again and again. How many folks are getting real answers?
Real solutions that solve the problems of today must be the focus. We have seen the same people enter programs, nonprofits, and helps only to find themselves leaving to go to another place, and another. Joseph has seen nationwide a revolving door, where someone got free housing for 3 or 4 months, leave to a shelter for a time, move into another home only to leave again. Amazing how we have so much going on to help people, and yet many stay in crisis.
In order to solve these problems, we must consider the gaps in services. And the Shepherd's Heart and Hands knows firsthand that accountability is vital. An infrastructure of services to eliminate the gaps is critical. But the quality of care must also be there. We all are human and can get burned out serving in our respective fields, giving birth to ineffective care of those in crisis. But let's talk more about the Shepherd's Heart Plan for 2026.